All right, my name is Dino, co-owner LA Lounge, 2521 West Manchester Boulevard, Inglewood, California. We'd like to thank you guys for tuning into our first podcast. Want to let you know exactly what we're about, what we're doing in the community, and what we're doing amongst each other as we actually grow the trust in our brotherhood. And we actually operate by a creed around here, and that creed is to gather a group of like-minded individuals that's dedicated to loyalty, commitment, respect, and unification with the mindset of economical progression for the ultimate goal of building our community. That's the things that we're doing around here at LA Lounge. But it all starts with cigars. And that's why I got this great panel around me right now today, you know what I'm saying, to actually talk about what the cigar culture has done for them, and also, you know what I'm saying, how the lounge affected their lives and the things that they want to do with their families and generations to come. We have different demographics here, you know what I'm saying. We have our 30-year-olds, you know what I'm saying, I don't know what they call them, generation middle. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, right. Now that would be us, you know what I'm saying? The X is in the middle, you know what I'm saying? And then we got our millennials at the end, you know what I'm saying? Because that's the next new generation, you know what I'm saying, is going to take us in. So, you know what I'm saying, it's good that we have all demographics here to actually discuss exactly what the cigar culture means to them. Also, what the lounge, the camaraderie the lounge have done to their lives, and how it has impacted each other, and also helping our families, and what we plan on doing in the community. So we'll start from the beginning. Mr. Bruce Jackson, who is actually the communication specialist of committee in LA Lounge. I'm gonna let him have a couple of words. But first, I want to, sir, what is that you're smoking?
Hello, everyone. Bruce Jackson, communication specialist, LA Lounge member. I'm actually smoking a Goldfinger Reserve house blend here at LA Lounge. Happy to be a part of the lounge. Coming together with a lot of like-minded African-American men, strong men, who are coming to challenge the status quo every day. So I'm happy to be a part of this family.
Yes, sir. Daniel Williams, also just mirroring on what he say. Just really a pleasure to be here around some like-minded brothers, African-American brothers. Appreciate the compliment, but I'm actually a baby boomer. So we're really making it diverse. The lounge means a lot to me. I came in here, visiting a friend, and I like what they were doing here, and I've made this a part of my routine. You know, I live by the 4 F's. I call that the faith, family, fitness, and finances. And so I consider the members of the LA Lounge a part of my family. I'm excited to be here. What the proprietors are doing here, I'm excited about it. I'm excited to just be a part of, and I'm just another proud member of the LA Lounge and what they're doing in the community. So with that, I'm gonna turn it over to my man,
To the co-chair of the LA Lounge Members Board, Mr. Darren LeJean. You guys know
Hey, you know what? It's almost about that time too. You know what I mean? So don't kill my little punchline on Friday. My name is Darren LeJean, as I mentioned. And LA Lounge is actually, I'm gonna say, like a second home. And from where we started in the very beginning of smoking cigars and just socializing, brothers, talking to brothers, uplifting on Crenshaw, to where we are now, to over 100 members doing this podcast, it became way more than just brothers hanging out smoking cigars. It became about uplifting. It became about contributing to the community. It became, when you're not having such a good day that you could talk to another brother and they could say something that would uplift you just for that moment and to take you to the next day. So it's not about the cigars, it's about the relationships. So LA Lounge is, I'm gonna call it my timeshare. It's my timeshare. So I met a lot of good people, and I look forward to bringing whatever asset that I can to LA Lounge and bringing that out into the community so that it can uplift the people who we reach out, just like the brothers have reached out to me. There you go, brother.
My name is Ariel Scott. proud member of LA Lounge. I'm just happy to be here as well. I got introduced into this by my friend Marcus, who happens to be Daniel's son. Daniel's been like a mentor, a father figure to me, and his son has been like a brother ever since we met in high school. Really just came here just kind of checking it out. He was like, my father goes here, let's go check it out. Let's see how it goes. And ever since the day one, I've just been met with positive black men that have always embraced me like family since the day I've been here. So it's been a great family feel for me. Like they said, you think you come in here for some cigars, and then you realize you got brothers, you got family with you, people that can help you, people that will talk about how your actual family is going and help grow you in that aspect. Talk about your financial status, be able to help you order your steps together as a young man, so that you will have a brighter future. So it's been a growing process for me already. I'm just proud to be here. I've never had a negative moment here. A lot of men that hold themselves to a high standard and are responsible. So that's great for me as a young man. Just married for 4 years. I'm 26 years old. I'll be 27 in January. Already have 2 children, and so I have some people that I can look at and let me know that there is a way. There is a way against what the common stereotype for a black man in our society, that we actually do have some people around here that hold themselves to a higher standard, that take care of their families, that do right by others and care about the community that they're in. So it's just been a blessing to be here. I'm gonna pass it back to Dino.
With that, I want to say thank you, good night. But that's a great introduction, let you know about the family, what we're building on around here, the type of people that we gather ourselves with, every day, to make our lives a little bit better. But what we're going to do is we're going to segue back into the thing that brings us all together, the love of a culture, that we can't seem to live without, it's a daily situation. Somebody asked me one time, man, you guys how many days you guys open? I said, what you should ask me is how many days I smoke. And if you find out how many days I smoke, you know how many days I'm open. We are 7 days a week. So what I'm gonna go ahead and get to Mr. Bruce. Bruce, you're in the IT field, aren't you? Communicate. Right.
So typically what I do on my day-to-day work is actually bridging, becoming a voice for individuals who actually are voiceless, the disabled population. So one thing that actually inspired me to actually kind of fulfill my talents here is talking again to individuals who can actually show the steps actually to where they have gone in life, some of the life goals that they have for themselves, areas that hurdles that they've actually jumped over in life. And it's inspiring to me, somebody in their mid-30s, with the wife, with the family, to let them know that it is okay, that you are going to stumble, but if you take the sort of proper steps in life, that you too can make it. So one thing that I feel is appropriate in our community is enhancing the communication, just to kind of get our voice out, to let individuals know that there are individuals who are successful. There are individuals who are not walking around knocking people over the head with their pants down low. You can come to a place where you have to make sure that your attire is straight, make sure that your vocabulary is up to par, because you feel good about yourself once you leave this place. So communication is actually a big piece for me, and I just want to use the different tools that I've gained just to pass them on to my fellow members here.
That's what this thing really about. Tapping into resources, because as we unify, because like I tell you, that those words in the creed, loyalty, commitment, respect, and unification, foundation starts with trusting, and that's where the foundation has to start. So you're talking about loyalty, but with that loyalty, becomes friendships, become relationships, and then what happens is you get into resources, and you find out next to the brother you've been sitting to smoking cigars for the last 6 months may be a royal heir. Like I tell folks all the time, when you walk in the LA Lounge, leave the ego at the door, because in LA Lounge, you don't know if you're sitting next to a royal heir, you don't know if you're sitting next to a millionaire, you don't know if you're sitting to a brother with a pocket full of air. But there's no egos. It's all about the brotherhood. It's all about coming together. Mr. Daniel, I'm about to start calling you Mr. Daniel now, since you Right. He's a baby. You put yourself out there. You know what I'm saying? I pretty much gave you the benefit. Yeah. I gave you the benefit of the doubt. You know what I'm saying? No, I was trying to keep you in Denzel mode, brother. You understand? So you just tell the community, you know what I'm saying, as far as resources, you know what I'm saying, other African American young men that want to run across, if they happen to run across you, you know what I'm saying, what you do in the community, and how you feel that bringing that to LA Lounge amongst your brothers can help us progress also.
My pleasure. Again, just want to reiterate that family is really important. And just to say again that I'm really glad to be a part of this family. But it's no secret that I have a tethered past, and so my background is in construction. And so I like to think of myself as a beacon of hope, you know, for brothers that know that they can change. You know, construction has changed my life. You know, that's another one of the things that attracted me to the lounge, because I know one of the proprietors is a contractor. And I'm very passionate about construction. Construction has landed me up in my current career as a building inspector, and it's been a good journey. And so for me, I like to say I'm a beacon of hope for those that know that they do have a tethered path, that they can change, and that you can become, you can transform from that boy that you used to be to the man that you are today. And so I'm excited, man. And anytime I run across millennials or Generation X, and I can share a little bit of my experience to let them know that I'm just not what I used to be, because I'm the man that I am today. I'm excited about it, man. Getting a chance to spend time with, he said he's my son's friend, but I consider him a son, you know, and just meeting new friends and being reacquainted with some old friends, man. I'm excited about it. So anytime I can do anything to help anyone, you know, with sharing my past, I'm excited about doing that. So that's some of the things that we want to do in the community, man. You know, construction was a gateway for me. And I know a lot of brothers that, you know, come from tethered paths like myself, you know, may not know what they want to do, like I didn't, you know, and this is one of the things that really transformed my life. So I'm excited to share that with anybody that I run into, you know, that wants to change. And I think that's the key, wanting to change, you know. And if you have a desire to change, I'm here to tell you that you can, and that you're looking at a person that did it. So, okay. All right.
Just going to segue into Mr. Darren DeJean, you know what I'm saying? They're also doing a lot of things in the community. Brother wear a lot of hats, you know what I'm saying? I just picked the ones that I like the best. When they ask me, what does Darren do? He do many things, but I like that he do this. You know what I'm saying? But the resources that this brother have and that he's putting forward in the community is awesome. Just want to let him go into a little bit of what he do and what he's helping, how he can help.
You know, I kind of want to start on how I got to where I am right now, and as a result of LA Lounge, and the relationships that are built in the positive energy. A little over a year ago, I finally had landed this big job, and everybody was supportive. You know, I was complaining about all of the interviewing that they had me going to. I had to go like 5 different interviews, and everybody says, "Hey, just hang in there and stop bitching and complaining." You know what I mean? At least you got the opportunity, and I got the job. You know what I mean? And I got the support. And about 3 months later, the executive director who hired me abruptly resigned. And 2 weeks later, they laid me off. And I came back, and you know, I started talking to the owner, Aaron and Larry, and they said, "You know what? You need to do your own thing." And it just hit me that I know what to do, and I'm gonna get my own contract so I don't ever get laid off again. Today, I have a 16-unit building filled with formerly homeless veterans. And it's all leased out. And 2 days ago, I had a friend host a fundraiser, a Taco Tuesday, at his house, who I frequent at the Cigar Lounge, and said, "You know what? I want to raise some money for your agency for the holidays." And everyone who entered his house on Taco Tuesday, he had them give $50 gift cards. And he gave me 17 $50 gift cards to my veterans. And that is a result of the brothers that I met at the LA Lounge. So I believe that you can't be a good leader if you're not a good follower. And I believe that service, that's my purpose. And the veterans has just been something that's real dear to me because I'm a former homeless veteran myself. So the support that I get from the brothers on the endeavor that I embarked on, because it was basically a door that slammed shut in my face to a sliding glass door that opened up and unlocked everything that was instilled to me to be the best that I could to contribute, you know what I mean, to my veterans. So that's been dear to my heart. You know, I'm very proud about where I'm going, you know, but the support that I get from the brothers at LA Lounge is crucial, because when I have my bad days, you know, when everything is not peachy in cream, you know, it's great to be able to say that, you know, I have my own nonprofit, that I have a certification that has never been issued before. That's great and dandy, but at the end of the day, you know, how do I feel and what have I contributed to society? You know what I mean? And every day is not gonna always be an update, but I can always count on the brothers here at LA Lounge on, you know, feeding my spirit. You know what I mean? I gotta buy a cigar. You know what I mean? I gotta buy a cigar. You know what I mean? You know, at least one. You know what I mean? So, in other words, you know, they'll talk to me, but, you know, hit the humidor first. you know what I'm saying? Hit the humidor first, then we can talk. And I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? Because, you know, the little money that I spend on cigar, I get $1 million worth of knowledge, and $1 million worth of support, and $1 million worth of food for my spirit. And that's what it really all about. It's about how you feel and that you being an asset, you know what I mean, rather than a liability. And that's what I want to contribute, you know what I mean, and give that to my veterans. My agency is Veteran Social Services, Inc. And this is not a commercial, but I'm just wanting to share. But my tagline is, we've been where you are, you know what I mean? So everyone who works with me in my agency have been there, whether it has been homeless, whether it has been, you know, recovering alcoholics or addicts. They've been there, and it's about, you know, helping people move forward from where they are and letting them know that they're not by themselves. And the support that I get from the brothers at LA Lounge, you know, propels me every day to want to get up and make a difference. So I'm grateful. That's one hat that I wear. Here you go.
No, he's doing right. As far as going into our little millennial down there, you know what I'm saying? We call the young lions. Man, I love to see these young cats every time they walk through the door. You know what I'm saying? As far as your experience with LA Lounge and being around the mature gentlemen that you've been around, how has that affect, you know, the way that you move as far as a man, and has it widened your perspective as where you want to go versus where you thought you wanted to be?
I would say it definitely has widened my lens. It's letting me know that no matter what path you go through, as far as, you know, maybe your occupation, you work so that you can actually you can afford a living, but your passion is where you're really putting your things into. All these men, they have different jobs. Might not necessarily be their passion, but their job has allowed them, or their business has allowed them to be able to give back and pour into the people that they really care about. Right now, I'm a project manager for the USC Department of Surgery. I also do some accounting for them. That's not necessarily my passion. I love the people there, and I love working with them. But my passion really is talking to high school kids, because when I'm about to be 10 years out of high school now. Actually coming up on our reunion 2020 out of Sarah High, but I've been going there every year for the last 5 years, going back and speaking to the seniors and telling them, you know, college is going to be a journey. It took me 9 years to get through college. You know, went to Arizona State, transferred over to USC, and I just graduated this past year. So, you know, I want to give them hope. I want to speak to them, and being around other men that are doing the same in their community has inspired me to just keep on doing what I'm doing. And it also lets me know that, you know, you got to start small before you can go big. You know, You want to build a castle. It starts with one brick. And so when I look at them, I'm just continuously inspired, because I would tell myself, I'm only doing this once a year. I do some things for my church, and I'm just like, I feel like, I want to do more. I got all these ideas and things like that. And they've given me the patience to understand. Keep on working, young lion. Keep on working. As you keep on building on that, build where you're at, and then as you keep on building, there'll be more opportunities to do what you're doing, and you'll be able to impact, a whole entire community, maybe the world. And so that's what I've been getting for them, and I love them for that.
We'll go back into some cigars, because doing this thing, like I say, the cigar lounge is our common place. That's where we come together and decide that we want to do these things. But what have cigars done for your life? As far as they've been incorporated, and you're doing it, I say, the right way, because you're smoking LA Lounge brand. You're smoking LA Lounge brand. What is it about the culture that draws you and want to keep you into it, and even pass it on to your sons?
Again, I got to go back to the connection with good brothers. Good brothers, man. Prior to becoming a member of the LA Lounge, I probably would have been in my little, man cave in front of my 55-inch TV, solo. And I came here, again, introduced by a friend, and listening to the proprietors, and not just the proprietors, just all of the brothers around, man. And what really attracted me to these brothers was I felt a spiritual connection. And I sat there and I listened to the conversations and the different things that the brothers was doing in their life, and I left with no intentions on joining. And I thought about it, and I said, I called my buddy and I said, you know what? I need to be a part of this. I need to be a part of this. So what it's done is I enjoy cigars, right? But it's allowed me to enjoy them with good brothers now. Good brothers that have a clear vision and a plan on what they want to do, because I think you need a plan in order to succeed. And just listening to Darren and Dino and the Millennials and just all these guys, man, it's just really, I'm excited. I guess that's the word I should use, right? I'm excited, man. I'm always excited about brothers who, just men that know what they want to do in life. That's very attractive to me. For many years, I didn't really know how to be a man. Coming around these brothers, man, who are on the same page, have a direction, know what they want to do, want to give back, clear understanding. I was listening to Darren. He has a clear understanding, and what I see, he has a clear understanding that he understands that the gift is in the giving. Talking about communication in the community, and what we can do in the community. These brothers talk about giving away some toys and different things in the community. That excites me, man. So I get to enjoy these wonderful house blends around some good, real good brothers. So that's one of the things it's done for me. So there's many more, and I'll think of some more shortly. Get back with you. All right. So where am I going with that?
Mr. Lejeune, tell me, and I know you're smoking the Lejeune, right?
No. Hey.
Wow.
I'm not smoking a Lejeune.
Wow.
Check this out. So I'm actually smoking a Sherry. The First Lady. Okay. Now, as many positive brothers that we have at the lounge, we have a great number of women membership at the lounge that are tremendous assets. And what's so cool about the cigars here is that they're all, I've been smoking cigars, at least 20 years. And these cigars that LA Lounge has, they're all hand rolled. So if you know anything about, cigars, if you're learning about cigars, they all are different cigars. So you hear house blend, and a lot of aficionados like, cigars with name brands. But what it really is about the taste, and each of these different cigars. And this is the first time that I've had the Sherry, and it's a good cigar. It's a mild cigar. No aftertaste, so, and I just had a good meal before, lit this up, but they've named different cigars after the members. So there's the Lejeune, there's the Big Bradley, one of the owners. If you like big cigars and full body, and then there's the Solomon, and then there's the Shade, So you gotta check them out. You gotta, try them, because if you are into cigars, you will be shown, and you have a lot of experience and a lot of knowledge. Dino has a lot of knowledge about cigars that can share with you, what it is about. Because a lot of people say, well, what is it about cigars? You know what I mean? You're not inhaling it. What do you get out of it? That's like the biggest question, that you get. What do you get out of smoking cigars? And I can only tell you, for me, it's relaxing, But I also have been reminded that it's not about the cigars, it's about the relationships. At the end of the day, it's about the relationships. So, but the cigars are nice, So, I'll have a Lejeune. You know what I mean? They almost sold out. You know what I mean? They're the highest earners in here. You know what I mean? At least I want to think so. So, but no, they're really good cigars. So, come on out and try one. And if it's your first time, if you're a virgin, you'll live the next day.
So, Ariel, what are you down there smoking, brother?
I'm actually smoking a Rich P right now. I'm sorry, I don't know who's it named after. You know what I'm saying? It's my okay. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so this is I know I actually just started smoking cigars maybe about a month and a half ago. So I'm still young in this game, but I've had a few. I've had the Champ, which was pretty good. I think my first one was Chio. So yeah, I had a few. Right now I'm kind of stuck on this one, man. I think I might be on this one for a while, unless something else comes along. I'm interested to try them all to really find out what is really the one for me. But right now, Rich P is doing the job, man. It's doing the job. So yeah, that's what I'm on right now, man. So come check it out.
Mr. Bruce, who also has a cigar in the humidor and is not smoking his cigar, but it's still good that he's smoking something else, because he can actually go to another cigar versus being biased and just smoking his cigar. But he does have the Bruce cigar that's in the humidor. But what are you smoking right now, Bruce?
So the Bruce actually is a top seller too, by the way. But no, I'm actually smoking a Goldfinger Reserve. And the beauty about the LA Lounge, kind of like what Darren was talking about during one of my consulting charges in the humidor, one of the owners, Mr. Larry, he told me, he said that there's a blend for every person with every situation. And that's actually what sticks out about this lounge here, is that the first day I came in, the gentlemen, they came in, they saw that I had a lot going on, and we just had a man-to-man, heart-to-heart inside the humidor. And Mr. Larry, he actually told me how to conduct myself as a man in our society today. And then the one thing that he told me, he said, and then after you do that, he said, come down to LA Lounge. He said, get a stick. He said, and mellow out. He said, because everybody that is here has been there before. And, to me, that speaks volumes to somebody like me, to hear, like, there's somebody else who has gone through the same situation I've gone through, raising kids, bringing the family up in the community. And it's good to know that somebody else has too made it out of their situation. So I'm happy to be here. The Goldfinger Reserve actually is doing the job right now too. FYI.
Yeah, that's the thing about our culture. There's a three-part equation when you're talking about smoking cigars, and Darren mentioned one of them. Every stick that you have and the sticks that we try to provide in here, to stay consistent with those blends, but also to make sure that everybody that smoke a LA Lounge cigar, has that equation that they go through. And that equation, whatever cigar that you're smoking, you decide what cigar you're going to try to smoke or continue smoking for the rest of your life. First part of that equation is taste. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of folks don't inhale. You know what I'm saying? You don't see a lot of inhaling because what you're doing is you're puffing in and out. You're puffing in and out just to get enough smoke on your tongue so you can taste the tobacco. You know what I'm saying? Once you get that taste, you know what I'm saying, then you know what type of blend that you want to stay with. The second part would be the smell. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all about your tongue. The three-part equation is your tongue, your nose, and your mind. You know what I'm saying? So the next one would be the smell. After the cigar is not in your mouth, of course, the smoke is going to come out, so you want to make sure that you enjoy the aroma also. So the taste and the aroma has to be there, you know what I'm saying? The last part of that will be your mind, like Darren talked about. It tastes good, it smells good, and I'm relaxed. You know what I'm saying? That's your perfect cigar. When you find out exactly, you know what I'm saying, what cigar affects your tongue, your nose, and relaxes you, then you actually know what cigar you have. So with the LA Lounge blends, pretty much they always try to stay consistent with that taste, with that aroma, because we know, you know what I'm saying, the way that they roll it, your mind gonna be right. Like all these gentlemen just said, you know what I'm saying, it's all about their mind. So any cigar that you get out of our humidor, they're gonna be consistent. I give a lot of folks examples like with cigarette smokers. If you're a cigarette smoker and you smoke Cool Filter Kings, you know what I'm saying, for 5 to 10 years, and then somebody say, you say, man, give me a Cool, and they hand you a Winston, you know what I'm saying, you gonna know the difference. You gonna spit it out right there and there. Man, that ain't a Cool. What you mean it's not a Cool? I know what a Cool tastes like, you know what I'm saying? But with a cigar is even more. The equation is more. Not only you gonna know what it tastes like, you gonna know what it smells like, and you know exactly how it makes you feel. That's how, you know, I like to pick my cigars, you know what I'm saying? You know, sometimes I get complicated with it, you know what I'm saying? I put on a certain cologne, you know what I'm saying? So I want that cologne to come off with the aroma, you know what I'm saying? I lace my palate with maybe some coffee or something because I want that tongue, and I know the thing about it is the tobacco in it is gonna have me straight. I'm gonna be good, you know what I'm saying? I'm just happy to be a part of this, you know what I'm saying? As far as the LA Lounge, for my partners accepting me, Aaron Moore, Larry Solomon, and Brad Rush, great partners to have. Future shows, and before we finish this show, we're gonna have them come up, you know what I'm saying, and introduce themselves and give y'all some things on their mind. But coming into this, these cats, they laid the foundation, you know what I'm saying, 3-4 years before I got here. And the thing about it was, in order to do that, it had to be a great situation for me to see that I want to be a part of. That opportunity presented itself, and I just feel like this is a platform. This is a platform to do something that been on my God put on my heart and mind from the time I was a kid, to bring brothers together, you know what I'm saying, where there is no jealousy, where there is no envy, where they genuinely love each other, you know what I'm saying, because all of us have love in our heart, and we built that love up for years. And with that love, what you want to do with that love, the greatest part of that reward of love is giving it away, you know what I'm saying? So we love hard over here. We love on each other hard because, like I say, we got to start with unification and trust, and all this stuff is built off of love first, you know what I'm saying? The love has to be there. So in saying that, like I say, I don't know if we could pause for a second and I can get my partners up. It's Dino of LA Lounge, co-owner, and I want to introduce the world globally to the men that's changed my life, who made me a much happier man, who makes me a better man every day, you know what I'm saying, and allowed me to be a part of this vision that is taking place. And while I'm talking about the word vision, I got to start off with the man, like I always call him, the Walt Disney of LA Lounge. You know what I'm saying? This gentleman, you know what I'm saying, not only from the first time that I met him, you know what I'm saying, took me underneath his wing, just instantly attracted. That's how I knew it was all God. It was an instant attraction. And when he actually told me exactly, you know what I'm saying, what he wanted, what he was looking at, and how he wanted to affect the community, and his words he always used, Black Wall Street. Black Wall Street. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, my hand's always in respect and honor, you know what I'm saying, to this gentleman, you know what I'm saying? But without him, you know what I'm saying, getting this thing started, without him, you know what I'm saying, even having the ability to do this thing, none of this would be possible. So what I want to do is start off with, I said, Mr. Aaron Moore, also known as Cam Vision, also known as Deuteronomy, also known as Nail and Hammer, also known as my big brother. You know what I'm saying? Get him started, let him know the world why LA Lounge is here.
You did. You know, in the words of our Dino, first of all, I want to say thank you, man, for coming and joining the team. It's been really a great addition to our LA Lounge family. for you to come in and capture the vision and take it where it's going now. And man, first of all, LA Lounge started. It was just a couple of us smoking cigars, Larry, myself, and about 15 guys. And we were smoking on the streets, and we would have good conversations. We had Bible studies and all kind of different things that we were doing. We were just doing it together. And by us being on the streets doing it, we thought that it would be, well, I had a place in a spot inside this place right here that we wanted to use to get like a hangout, someplace where a man cave. And so when we thought about it, I thought, well, let's start a lounge. And because first of all, I have a wife, and she's the boss, so I wanted to make sure that she has some dividends coming in off of some of our investments. So anyway, we came together, and shortly after, we created what we have now known as LA Lounge. So it was primarily something that we just thought we would bring together, just because we had some brothers that smoked cigars that didn't have a place to go, and then it became something that we started to hold fast, and we started thinking about the community and what we could do positively in the community. Because in my occupation as a contractor, I've always looked at risk youth, disenfranchised adults, and ex-offenders, and I've always had a heart for those type of people, because I've came from some backgrounds that wasn't always a good, look. But I thought that if I could change my life, then just my life being changed alone was not enough for me. It was something that I wanted to incorporate other people that had the same struggles that I had, and we can incorporate it, and we can show each other that we can be positive. We can take a negative and turn it to a positive. So anyway, LA Lounge is evolving into something that we call Black Wall Street, because we believe in bringing all black folks together. You know what I mean? Jay-Z said it best. You can be light-skinned, you can be dark-skinned, you can be whatever, but we're still black. You know what I mean? So, just to make sure that we understand who we are, if we come from different type of lifestyles, whatever, just bringing us together, not stereotyping, not being prejudiced against where you came up in life or whatever, just bringing each other together and bringing our dollars together so we can make a difference in our community, and having platforms where we can share about our successes and things like that, so we can not leave not one black person out, not one, because there's some type of person that you will, that you can relate to and would help you to get out of whatever you need to get into. So thank you, Ian Dino, and thank you guys for helping making this possible. It is a wonderful day and a wonderful venture that we're going into, and stay tuned.
Next, no need no introduction, all the way from Detroit, Michigan. You know what I'm saying? I call what we have here is a perfect team. We always talk about, you know what I'm saying, we have a quarterback, you know what I'm saying. Now I'm about to introduce the running back, you know what I'm saying, which kept this thing. You know what that running back do? He keeps time of possession till it's time to score. You know what I'm saying? So keep this thing running afloat. I've referred to this man as my uncle, you know what I'm saying. Like I say, all the gentlemen that surrounded me are my elders, you know what I'm saying, and my mentors, and I can depend on, you know what I'm saying, to talk to, you know what I'm saying, anything that you're going through. So this is the uncle of the branch, you know what I'm saying, the first uncle of the branch, you know what I'm saying, all the way from Detroit, the running back, you know what I'm saying, Mr. Larry Solomon.
Thank you, Dino. Well, we started this as mostly because we wanted to get out the rain. It rained on us one night. And we said, man, that's when you mentioned that you had a spot that wasn't doing nothing. And I said, well, let's open up the lounge. I think we had 10 chairs. We had 10 chairs and 4 TVs. And we looked for a spot that we could get out of the rain, but more importantly, we were going to each other's house for Bible study. And because we used to alternate going back and forth where we were going to do Bible study. And when we got this place, we started doing Bible study. Now, and this is just my opinion. I believe it's because of our Bible study, which is held here every Wednesday night, that we've been growing, because we didn't know it was going to morph into this. It morphed into this, and then and we had always talked about Black history, and we used to sit around and talk about John Hanson and Black Wall Street and some of the politicians that were black, the very first ones like Tennyson down in Georgia and things like that. But we wanted to do something, and then we started doing a lot of different things by coming together. And all of us, the majority of us, I guess at the start, we're all business owners. I own a string of daycares, New Building Blocks Daycare Center. Shout out. And the idea and the psychology was that we wanted to, our vision was to be able to touch the kids before the gangs and things like that got a hold of them. And the only way we could do that was by getting a hold of them from 0 to 13, which is what the daycare centers do. Now, as far as the cigars is concerned, there's a lot of men around here that iron sharpens iron. We've been sharpening each other for quite a few years now, and it's not a clique. These are real friends that when you're wrong, will tell you that you're wrong. Now, I've never been wrong.
Wrong.
However, but you know, you get that way sometimes, and that's a good thing when you got somebody that's going to say, hey, you know what, pump your brakes, do this, man, and let's regroup, let's rethink this. And a lot of that, you'll leave. I gotta tell you, when they tell you that, you will leave pissed off. But as you think about it, if you are, and it's just men and women, grown men and grown women, being grown. We had to put down our toys. We can't play no more. We gotta help each other. So, because of the Bible study, we believe that everybody is here for the same reason Jesus came for. Jesus came for everybody but Jesus. We're here for everybody but ourselves. I'm here for him, he's here for me, he's here for me, he's here for me, I'm here for them. And that's what we've been spreading, as well as what we've been doing knowledge-wise to get to where we're at right now. It's been a great journey. We're gonna keep going down this journey. We're going to keep bringing as many people as we can along the way, because that's what we do.
And last, but definitely not least, because he is the biggest of us. You know what I'm saying? You talk to the quarterback, you talk to the running back, you know what I'm saying? You talk to the wide receiver, now the minister of defense. You know what I'm saying? It's our defender, you know what I'm saying? Also a great brother, I also call my second uncle, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I've been blessed, man, to be surrounded with all the wealth of information, you know what I'm saying, that these gentlemen has bestowed upon me since I've been in their presence. But last but not least, like I call this gentleman the ambassador of Inglewood. I went to a function, like, come on, Dino, come this with me, you know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, Brad, I'll go. Man, everybody, 100 people. Brad, I'm like, man, how many people you know? So that's why I call the ambassador of Inglewood, you know what I'm saying? But Mr. Brad Rush, senior, the original TG3.
Thank you, Dino. First giving honor to God, who's the author and finisher of our faith. I came into this partnership. I used to just sit behind the cash register and watch everybody, right? Just to make sure everything was above board. Let's say above board. And as things progressed, I was given an opportunity by Larry and Aaron to become owner in LA Lounge, and I didn't hesitate. I jumped right on it. I think the direction that we're going in is about community. It's about helping people. It's about helping the next man. You know, we've been stereotyped for that crabs in a barrel mentality, and that's not accurate. That's not true. The truth is we can do it if everybody else is doing it, and we probably, most likely, no, positively can do it better. All we have to do is realize who we are, what we are, and how we're going to move in that direction. The biggest thing that I get out of this lounge is when the young brothers come in and they're going through something, or they just need to talk about things, and they want to know, how can I be like you? And I tell them, you know what? You don't want to be like me. You don't want to be like me, because all you see is the finished product. Getting here was the struggle, and that's where you are today. If you just hang in there and don't quit, the don't quit mentality. That's the mentality we have in this lounge, because we've been through it as well. What you see today, what you see now, is not what. If you only knew. So the struggle is real. The struggle is real, and it continues. Like Larry said, it continues. But we keep God in front. That's the one thing about this lounge. I've grown spiritually since I've been here. I call myself a Christian. Now I call myself a Christian on steroids. No steroids. But I think the rewards that we're seeing now is based on our hard work, our ability to stay together through the tough times, the no quit attitude, because there's been days that I wanted to throw in the towel, and I'm sure my partners have felt the same way at some point. But through the grace of God, and following His direction, we've been able to pull through this thing, and here we are today. So I just want to tell each and every one of these guys, thank you for helping me stay strong, be strong, keep our nose to the grindstone, keep our eye on the prize. Dino makes a great point. He says, we're not here to make money off of you, to the members. We're here to make money with you, and that's strong. And where else do you get that? I mean, and I think that's the draw, because if we say it, we mean it. It's not just words; it's actions, and we're just getting started. Thank you.
That brings me back to like I said, I'm originally from New Orleans, Louisiana. I've been in California for 8 years. And just about the time, like I said, I was about to go and pack it up and going back home, you know what I'm saying? I had a situation that actually brought me to these brothers, and just being around them and the things that we did, the way that we conducted business. And like I said, they opened up their hearts and their business, and say, you know what, we want you to be a part of this, and I take that with great honor. And ever since they gave me that task, I had hit the ground running, let them know, it ain't about talk, That's another part of the equation of life that I live by. I talk, I plan, I do, and I think that's where we as a people, we drop the ball, we do a lot of talking, but the examples that we're showing down here at LA Lounge is when we talk, we say something, our members come back, they see that it's being done, So they see talk and do, but it lets you know that after that talk, that we all came together, unified, trusted each other, and came up with a plan. That we can do, so that we can affect the members that's coming in, the members that's here, and hopefully the members that haven't seen the vision yet, but the door's still gonna be open. Right. So like I said, I thank the brothers for just, like I said, just taking me in, as the youngin', and saying, guess what, hey, no, not that way, you want to go this way, yeah. Hey man, right. I just imitated all three of them. But like I say, right, it is. It's all gravy, baby. What's that?
I got a beat, man.
What's that?
First of all, I didn't even think that I was gonna be involved like you was gonna do. And he come all fly, got me looking like this.
Hey.
I always say, bring your fly.
Right. Yeah. That's right. You know what I'm saying? But it is fly. We say bring your fly. You know what I'm saying? Not my fly. You know what I'm saying? This is my fly today. This is how I was feeling. I was just feeling this way today. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So you did bring their fly. You know what I'm saying? We actually have a day, a Friday. You know what I'm saying? We figured that's the day at the end of the week. You know what I'm saying? That everybody done worked hard. You got everything done, and you just want to kick back and relax. You know what I'm saying? So we call it Fly Day. You know what I'm saying? So you come in on a Friday. You know what I'm saying? Or Fly Day. You know what I'm saying? You got that stuff that's been sitting in the closet that you know what I'm saying? Man, I wish I had somewhere to put this on and go. You can come to LA Lounge. You know what I'm saying? Right. No, don't forget about don't forget about the leather outfit with the balls on it. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. And the belt and the flip flops will match. You know what I'm saying? Gotta coordinate.